Afternoon to one grumpy old man and his classics. This video is going to be back on the BMW e28.
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
BMW e28. No alpha content yet because this is going to take me a while to start cutting the rusty metal out and making me repair plates up. But I'm going to be working on the bumpers. If you can remember some videos back, if you have been watching or following me, I wasn't entirely happy with the bumpers that were on the car, but they were okay for now. Anyway, as you may have seen, I've collected my second-hand bumpers from my friend who I bought the car from, and I've already stripped them down off camera because they took me 3 hours just to strip 2 rear bumpers down because they're bolted together in sections. You've got the centre section and then you've got the left hand and the right hand section. They all bolt together and they can be problematic getting apart because they do rust up quite badly, and you've got to go quite careful separating them, otherwise you can damage the chrome. So anyway, let me show you the bumpers that are currently on the car. Hopefully the sun glare is not too bad, but as you can see on the front bumper, it's lost its chrome there. Common problems where the water drips down from the wing and drips onto the bumper, and over quite some considerable time wears the chrome away. Then you've got the joining strip that's lost most of its chrome, and then if you can see it, there's a dent in the bumper there. It was a lot worse than that, but I temporarily knocked some of the worst of it out. And if you come around this side, you've actually got a hole in the bumper, in the chrome. It's rusted right through. Let's go on to the rear bumper. This is a little bit tricky to pick up, but see that pickling in the chrome there, that rusting just on the corner edge there. If I was to prod that enough, that would go through. And then if we look at the centre section, if it can pick it up, there we go. It's just got lots of rust in the chrome. And then I think this corner is pretty good. This is a good blade, this side. This is a very good one. So that'll be kept for a spare. As I said, I'd stripped them down previously. The front bumper doesn't need any stripping down because I'm going to clean that up separately and show you the finished results. The rubber's really good on it. I mean, it doesn't look like it at the moment. It looks pretty rough, but let's see what it's like when I've done it all. This is 2 of the rear corner sections that I've chosen not to use for various reasons. Okay, the inner surfaces are quite crusty in that, but that can be cleaned up, rust treated and painted to preserve them. And I've got a good rear bumper trim, you know, the black rubber. These are all they're not too difficult to get off because they've got these like spring clips that push into the holes in the bumper. The only problem is down in this, if I can pick it up, the lower corners each side have a bolt that goes through where they're bolted up to the bumper at the corners. They always snap. You'll be very, very lucky if you can get them undone without them snapping. But I do have a repair for that, and I'll show you when I get to that part. This is the rear centre section that I've chosen, which is the best out of the 3 that I currently have. Doesn't look terribly too good at the moment, but that will, I think, clean up quite well. So what I'm going to concentrate on at the moment is the inner sections. So these, I'm going to wire wheel them, get all the loose corrosion off, and then thoroughly rust treat them with cure rust, and then a good couple of coats of silver enamel, and the same for the corner sections. I mean, these are good. Again, they just need a thorough good clean up afterwards. Fit and give it some paint. So I'm not going to clean the chrome up yet, there's no point. So let's get the wire, the wire wheel brushing to get all the loose debris and surface rust off, paint them, and then I'll polish up the chrome afterwards. That attachment didn't work how I expected it to. That's the one I was looking for. I think that's cleaned up pretty well. I don't know if you can see that. Sun's quite hot, strong today. That's cleaned up quite well. These have been painted previously, so not too bad. It's more around this end, so when it's on the car, all the muck and that gets thrown up into this area, hence why it's pretty bad here. But the rest of it's fairly okay. Let's see how that cleans up. Then by magic, the attachment drops off. I don't know if you can see that there. I'm trying to get it in. Oops. Trying to get it in view so you can see what I'm doing. Let me just bring you down here a little bit. Hopefully you can see a bit better what I'm doing. You see now? Yeah, I think so. Quite a messy job. I'll show you when I've finished. So give it a good few coats of, give it a good dousing in the old cure rust. Make sure we get a good even coat of rust proofing going on here. Not too worried about it going on the chrome at this stage, because I can clean that off anyway, because I'm going to have to paint this afterwards. Once it's cured, I'll then paint the insides of the bumpers, and I'm bound to get a bit of paint on the chrome anyway, so not too worried about that, because that's why I've left cleaning the chrome till very last. So all that, any excess cure rust or paint I get on the chrome will come off in the cleaning stage, so not too worried about that. Just want to make sure I get a good even coat of this on and not miss anything. So let's put a nice layer of that on and let it do its job. And I guess that's probably it for me today, because it's, look at the weather, it's beer o'clock. So I'm going to do this and I'll be back in the morning to paint it. This may be a bit difficult to pick up, but I've got my rebuilt bumper that I made from two rear bumpers. So the one nearest, I say the one nearest me, you can't see me, but so the outside bumper is the one that I've rebuilt. So we're getting a bit closer, so you can see, if it picks it up on the camera, it's ever so bright today, you can see the centre section has got all this pitting and rust corrosion on it, where the one that I've rebuilt, you can see how well that's cleaned up. And in a previous part of this video you can see what the bumpers were like before I'd done this, and I've also, if I can go inside, I've also painted the inside silver. So I've wire brushed all the corrosion off, rust treated it and given it 2 coats of aluminium silver protection. So that's all the way round. It's come up really well. So this bumper will serve as a good spare. The bumper blades were sort of okay on this. I did paint the inside of this one black very quickly back in the winter, just to give it some protection when I was getting the car back on the road, but spent a bit more time on this one because this is going to be the bumper that's going back on the car. So I'm pleased with the result, and it's like night and day between this one and this one. Like, you know, even this joining cover has lost all its chrome, where this one is far better. So let's get this back on the car and see what it looks like. You can see from here the dullness of the inside one, if it can be picked up on camera, just about, and the shininess of the outside one. Anyway, let's get it back on the car, see what it looks like. Just started cleaning the front bumper up. I haven't disassembled this because there was no need to, because the complete bumper was really good condition, just suffered from storage. So I've started on this corner. You can see how well that chrome's come up, and obviously this is not what I've done yet. So this is all cleaning off quite nicely. So let's see what the finished item looks like, and we get it on the car. I hope this can be picked up in this bright light, but that is a vast improvement. That bumper, so much better. So 2 bumpers made up 1 bumper, if you know what I mean. So that's a vast improvement. So I've got a good bumper out of 2. The front one came up really well. I mean, the joining strips, can't do a lot about that, they all go like that, but that cleaned up beautifully, really nice. So pleased about that. Excuse the wife's plants, but that does leave me with 2 reasonably okay spare bumpers, which is not a bad thing. So I'll keep them for stock, if you want to call it that. They'll just become handy bumpers if I need them. So I don't know how well this video is going to go, because it was just purely me doing the front and rear bumpers. So hopefully you might have enjoyed it. I don't know, but and then me making 1 good bumper out of 2 rear bumpers. So yeah, you may have enjoyed it, you might not. So sorry about that. It was a job that needed doing, so I just thought I'd document it. So moving on to the cooling of the car. I mean, we've just had the last 2 days have been the hottest days of this year so far, and I've been on a couple of lengthy journeys in it. And the new viscous coupling I've put on the fan is doing its job brilliantly. So it's keeping the engine cool, which is really good. But I'm just looking at the expansion bottle, which I filled up a couple of weeks ago, has dropped slightly. So I'm still convinced I've got a head gasket problem on this. But that's not a problem because it's not a massive job really. So I think in a few weeks time we're doing a head gasket on this, so you'll see that. And it's not a bad thing really, because I'd like to strip the head off and everything, and as it goes back together, clean it, paint stuff, and so that'll be a job that'll be upcoming. But in the meantime, I really need to be cracking on with the Alpha, because I haven't really done anything to it yet. I've obviously prepared this side, and I've investigated where the rust is, cutting out the rust and making up the plates and letting in the metal. So let's crack on with that next, and then get this side done, all rust proof and repaired. Turn it round, I can start on the other side, and then there'll be other jobs like doing the cam belt kit, give it a service, and whatever else it needs. So, you know, hopefully you've liked what's in this video. You know, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. It's always helpful, you know, and encouraging. So until next time, bye.